Hey everyone, Thrift Store Dave here. Back after a few weeks, I was out to family and technological reasons. By family reasons, I mean Disney World trip, and I survived that. By technological reasons, I mean I poured water on my laptop accidentally and needed to get it repaired. So all that is behind me now. I have a video to share with you about the last quarter or less of hats that I've been able to find and sell for profit. So here we go. Okay, so first up we have a Miami Heat NBA basketball team Vice Era South Beach hat. This was a really cool hat that I found in a Goodwill lot, believe it or not, online. Paid $28 for the whole lot, so the hat was maybe about a $5 contribution to the whole lot. Sold it for $15. After that, got a Stormy Cromer hat. This is a nice brand that does hats and other clothing for cold weather, so a northern brand, and hadn't known about it because I'm in Chicago and it's getting warmer here every decade that passes. So what I paid for $5, I was able to sell for $17. After that, always grab a Gorin Brothers hat when I can find one, and cadet caps tend to be popular, and so this was a $3 investment. Very happily sold it for $18. After that, I am proud to say I took advantage of another Chicago Cubs baseball game promo piece. This one was a Trapper hat made to promote Pepsi products, and paid $8 for this, a small premium because I'm in the north side near Wrigley Field, but still sold it for $24. Happy with that margin. After that, bought a 1990s green denim Chicago Bulls hat. This was another, I think, game promo piece. Paid only $1 for it, so whatever I got for it, I would be happy. $15 was good for that. Same thing happened again after that. Cubs hat, paid $1 for it. It was promoting Stranger Things at a Cubs game right after that program came out on Netflix. Another quick $14 profit. Next is a hat that I actually learned a little bit about. I got this in a lot of 3 hats that I bought on goodwill.com. And this was the hat I didn't think was worth anything, but actually was still able to be sold for $18. People like their breed of dog, and vintage hat plus rare breed of dog means collectible. So this actually was something I learned, and I will buy hats like this should I find them in the future. Next, I have an Avenue Q hat. This was there were 2 hats of these that I bought. They bought them each for $2, and this one I sold for even more than the first one, $20. It's just to promote their play as it was touring the country, and a lot of times productions, not just movies, but also Broadway stuff tends to have collectability and resell really well. Thank you so much for watching so far. We're about a third of the way through the video. As you can see, I've got a ton of bubble wrap behind me. I've been accumulating because I've been getting, again, the listing bug, and I'm anticipating a lot of sales. So you got to be ready and have a lot of free packing. So whenever I have it at work, I always grab it and just put it wherever, because it'll be used sooner than later, so my wife can't stay mad at me for too long. All right, on with the rest of the video. So these next few are interesting. This first one is a black clover white visor. These are less common than the hats, but still valuable. Made $10 on this. What was cool about this was the really nice elaborate feedback that someone left me afterwards. So that's why I still sell stuff for small margins sometimes, because the people who get these pieces are still super grateful, and the feedback looks incredible for you. After that, I was able to sell an Airjordan Jumpman hat. This was in a lot, again, bought on goodwill.com from my couch for $29. This hat alone paid for the whole thing. I may have about $4 in it when you think about the total amount of items that I got in that whole lot. After that was a hat that I was just happy to move on from. Overpaid for this Into the AM hat. It has to do with astronomy, and I think people who are into launches that happen at night. Paid $7, sold it for $12. At least I got out from under it. Just won't buy that brand again. Next, I have the South Side equivalent of the Chicago Cubs game promo Trapper hat that I sold. This was a Chicago White Sox one. Again, being on the north side of Chicago, it actually cost less to buy this one, so I only had $3 in it, sold it for $18. After that, I learned an important lesson about flat caps. I thought Kangol was a nice premium brand. I realized that they are so widely produced that they aren't as rare as I thought they were. So now I am probably not going to be searching for them as much as I used to. This hat I only made $7 on. Now the next hat I would buy anytime I see it. Another Gorin Brothers hat, but this is their rare collection. Their 1333 Minna collection. They have these very artistic looking trapper hats, and I was able to find one of these on goodwill.com for only $26, all in with shipping. What's really cool is these are so valuable. I sold this one for $100, made 120 rather, made nearly $100 on it. Next is another in a series of Wiegand's flat caps that I've been able to sell for good money. For some reason in Chicago, they don't value them much. Paid $3 for this, but sold it really quickly for $40. Always buy a Wiegand's flat cap if you can find it. They're well made. They, I believe, are a Swedish or Norway brand, and you will never lose. After that, got a Tour Edge golf hat. These hats don't always have value, but you look at the sides of the hat to see what club they are advertising, and some of them are rare and some people collect them. So this was a very nice profit. Bought it for $1, sold it for $20. Okay, about this point we were about 2/3 of the way through the video. As you could probably tell at this point, if you're one of my loyal subscribers or if you're just really good at noticing things, I'm always wearing a different hat at different breaks in the video. I do this for a couple reasons. One, I have a weird dry sense of humor, so I find it kind of entertaining. I hope some of you might. And on the other hand, it's also a way to kind of advertise. If anybody's looking for certain hats, they're going to see the different kind of variety I have. So I don't know, maybe it's a subliminal marketing strategy. All right, on with the rest of the video. So these next two hats I almost kept because I think they're really cool, but maybe not the whole rest of the world does. An old vintage corduroy hat of Catalina is really cool because of the movie Step Brothers and how they lampooned the Catalina effing wine mixer. People can wear this at a party, and anyone who's watched that movie has an instant conversation starter. There's also some collectability because of the trend where people like to buy hotel or resort related wear. This other hat I thought was cool just on account of how colorful it was. This very colorful, bright pastel plaid flat cap is a great classic golfing hat. It's also a tribute to people who would wear those things ironically in the 70s, like on Fat Albert. I just think it was really cool. Happy I was still able to make about $20 on it. After that, a few less sexy sales. There's an old whitecastle embroidered hat that I was able to get for $3, sell it for $15. Just a cool hat. Some people like to have restaurant related stuff. Had to sit on it a long time to sell it, so happy to move it along. After that, this is the second tree bark camo hunting hat that I've sold. I've sold ones that are beat up and not in good condition, but people seem to be loyal to this brand. So if I can get a hat like this for $2, which I did, I'm going to continue to sell them for $20 like I did. After that, a Kane County Cougars hat. That is or was at least in the 90s, the Chicago Cubs minor league AAA affiliate. And so people who are fans of minor league baseball sometimes will buy these types of hats. This was in a giant lot of hats that I paid around $45 for. So I probably got about $4 in it all in. Was very happy to sell it for $12 and just move it along. Get the feedback on eBay. All right, winding down, 3 hats to go. This one was really interesting. It was a Disc Golf Digest hat. So people who are into frolf or frisbee golf, this is the hat for you. I was able to find this for only $2. I sold it for a best offer of $20 to move it along. And yeah, this was one of those joys of you have something that's really interesting and someone who loved it found it. After that, we've got a Pendleton wool hat. So this is like one of those fedora type of hats. I always get these for good low prices. This one $3, sold it for a quick 20, and it's a brand that always sells reliably. This last hat I was really excited to get, and I've been holding on to it for a while to get the price that I believe I deserve for it. I paid $7 for it, which is a little more than I'd like to for a hat, but it was 90s, it was starter, and it was Compton. This is a Dr. Dre hat, and so people who like that kind of music and that era are going to always kind of have a spot in their heart for this type of hat. So old starter stuff, it's a niche that I think is going to be alive for a long time. I was very happy to make almost $40 on this hat. Okay, so that wraps up what I've got for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what I've been able to buy and sell. I always hope you will like the video if you've enjoyed it, or hit that subscribe button if you haven't so far and you're ready to make that change. Again, please continue checking out my videos. I try to have a variety of things, hat videos, but other buy and sell videos. Also some videos about a majority Hot Wheels, a vintage Hot Wheels collection that I'm trying to help sell on consignment. So please check these out if you find that they could be helpful in honing down what you look for when you go hunting to go thrift and maybe resell. Thanks again for watching. I'm Thrift Store Dave.